I was born in 1988, so a few years before the Gulf War. That's where both my parents were living at the time with their families. Um, and after the Gulf War, my parents decided to migrate to Australia and start a new life, basically. My parents were very proud of their background and their heritage, and throughout my childhood, I remember always being present at Palestinian events and in the community. And yeah, I think I mentioned to you yesterday when we came to Australia, a community of Palestinians started forming in our area. And we grew up together with all of these family friends, and went through school together in high school, and our parents formed an Arabic school on the weekends. Yeah, our parents, the whole community invested a lot of time and effort into this school, and the end result is that most of us speak pretty good Arabic. I was always involved in Palestinian activism to a small degree, during university and things like that. And we were always doing what we can to help the Palestinian cause from over here. But towards the end of my university degree, an opportunity came up for me to travel to Palestine on a leadership and volunteering program organized by a religious group in America. The program itself wasn't religious; it was open to anybody with Palestinian heritage to go. But the program involved 40 of us from around the world going to Palestine, visiting many different places, making links with youth groups there, and really basically building our links to Palestine. For the vast majority of us, it was their first time going, and yeah, that was when I guess my involvement or my work in the Palestinian community here and stuff like that really sort of skyrocketed. So even though as a kid, one of my very first memories in Palestine when we went there as I was a 7-year-old is seeing my great grandfather there, showing us his house, and he had held on to this black rusted key that opened the gate to his house, had been destroyed. And at the time, I was just a 7-year-old kid. It was very strange to me. It's just a key. But as an adult, being able to sort of look back on that and process it, and you realize he's holding onto the key of a destroyed house as if it's his whole life. Yeah, that memory, and it's such a common memory and it's such a common occurrence of everyone who lost so much in the war. So being able to go back there as an adult and reflect on that and see the reality and the situation there, and the scale of injustice that has occurred for so many decades, it really was a life-changing experience to go there. The biggest thing that I contribute to is a charity called Olive Kids. So this was a charity that was formed in 2007, and the full name is the Australian Foundation for Palestinian Children. So this is a charity started by and still run completely by volunteers here in Melbourne, and it's dedicated to improving the lives of Palestinian children. And so I got involved with Olive Kids after the Know Thy Heritage program in 2013, and we do a whole bunch of stuff. The main thing that we do is an orphan sponsorship program. So we link sponsors here in Australia with orphans at an orphanage in Gaza, where they support this orphan financially for a fee for the year, and their sponsorship supports the orphanage costs in raising the orphans, and also 40% of the sponsorship goes towards a trust fund for the orphan, to be able to use, to begin their life when they turn 18. So this program, it's steadily grown over the years. Unfortunately, the number of orphans in Gaza is always increasing, and in some ways, I mean, this program is just the least we could do, to be able to offer something back to our homeland. I wish one day to be able to go there and visit, all of these kids that I really only know through the reports they send back to us every year, and seeing their names and how they're going every year. And so I really wish I could go there one day and spend some time with them. But yeah, it's in Gaza. Well, my image of the Gaza Strip is only what I've seen, in the news, or working with the Olive Kids, with the orphanage there. Yeah, I mean, I haven't been there. I haven't even been close. But my image of the Gaza Strip is a very densely populated open air prison. Yeah. I can't see it. Unfortunately, I can't see it as any other thing. For so many years, all we've heard about is the siege on Gaza, and I know about it firsthand because I know the difficulties we face. Even sending aid material there, even sending donated clothes there is impossible. Clothes have to be brand new with tags still on them, and even then, it's a logistical, bureaucratic nightmare to get aid supplies there. Yeah, so the situation there is very sad. And really, I mean, that's what drives us to be able to help, to try and help as much as we can. Yeah, actually, more recently, my involvement with that association has been more at the youth level. So, a few months ago, we just finished the third season of futsal, or indoor soccer league, through this association. So, yeah, a couple of friends of mine started this league, basically to give a chance for our Palestinian friends and their friends to play soccer competitively together, and it's been a great success. The unique thing about this league is that the teams pick a name based on a town in Palestine from where the players are from, and so it was a chance for us to sort of, reconnect with our Palestinian heritage through football. But yeah, on the topic of the national team, so Palestine historically made it earlier this year into the Asian Cup, which was here in Australia. They had an excellent game here in Melbourne. It was Palestine versus Jordan, which is an interesting game for a lot of us. Most of us have Palestinian passports due to the whole political situation and things like that. And I mean, even though we lost pretty heavily, I think it was a 5-1 defeat. It was a great show of support. The Palestinian, we had organized through our Facebook group about a group of 150 tickets for the supporter section, but the whole Palestine supporter section was completely full of everyone who wanted to come and show their support to the team. And all we wanted was a goal, and we got one in the end. I do want to go there and do something. I'm not sure what it will be, but yeah, many of it was really the Know Thy Heritage program that allowed me to see and meet people there, and really see all the amazing things that are happening, even with all of this, the injustice that's there, and the difficulties they face, and the occupation. Being able to see, tech startups and people just getting on with their lives and doing amazing things, and yeah, it seemed like a really cool atmosphere um, to go there and see what I can do. Yeah, so it's just a matter of finding the right avenue and making it happen. In my opinion, there's no better way to support the Palestinian cause than being there. Um, it seems that, you know, there's so much being done there to move Palestinians out and take away their rights and their citizenship and all of these loopholes that are put on, you know, getting a permit to work, getting a permit to travel, getting a permit to move, um, citizenship being revoked, all the difficulties they face, marrying someone that doesn't have the same ID, all of this stuff is really just a, a way of them forcing everyone to leave. And unfortunately, it gets to the point where people get um, people move away just to get away from all that, and you can't really blame them. I feel, having lived here in beautiful country of Australia for my whole life, that going there and contributing to the society there is really the best way I can go, give something back to Palestine.